Let's be honest, earning respect these days can feel like a real uphill climb, can't it? I mean, in our fast-paced world where everyone's sort of vying for attention, it's a challenge we all bump into. But what if the secret wasn't really about chasing that external validation, but cultivating something much deeper, something older?
That's exactly what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
This deep dive, it's not just, general self-improvement tips. It's really about exploring how this ancient philosophy, Stoicism, offers some surprisingly practical, timeless wisdom. Wisdom to cultivate profound respect, both for yourself and, importantly, from others.
Right. So our mission today is basically to uncover how adopting a genuinely Stoic mindset can fundamentally transform your interactions, your relationships, guiding you toward a life where respect isn't just hoped for, but, well, actively earned. Through character. We're talking about sharpening your focus on what's truly within your power, embracing a deep, almost unshakable resilience, and fostering this inner peace that projects a kind of quiet strength.
Exactly. So let's just establish the foundation here. Stoicism, for anyone perhaps only vaguely familiar, it's an ancient Greek philosophy. It really emphasizes rationality, self-discipline, and crucially, virtue as the path to a fulfilling life, a flourishing life, as they'd say. But where it really becomes powerful for earning respect is its core idea, the dichotomy of control.
Dichotomy of control.
Yeah. It's all about rigorously distinguishing between what's within your judgments, your reactions, your choices, and what's outside it. Things like other people's opinions, external events, maybe even your reputation, ultimately.
Wow. Okay, that distinction alone feels like it could be a game changer. So if I really internalize that, what's the immediate payoff? For someone practicing Stoicism, what do they get out of it?
Well, the payoff is huge, actually, because it builds this incredible inner fortitude. Individuals who genuinely practice Stoicism, they develop remarkable resilience, real emotional mastery. When you realize that external events can't disturb your inner peace unless you allow them to, well, you start responding to challenges with composure instead of just being swept away by frustration or, impulsive reactions. And it's not about suppressing emotion, let's be clear. It's about choosing your response.
I can absolutely see how that emotional steadiness, that kind of composure, projects outward. It's one thing to feel self-respect, but it genuinely influences how others see you, doesn't it? How does Stoicism specifically bridge that gap?
Right. When you embody these Stoic principles, you're tapping into something really profound. For a Stoic, integrity isn't just a nice to have. It's a direct result of consistently living by the four cardinal virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance.
The four virtues, right.
Exactly. Imagine the respect you naturally garner when your actions are consistently guided by these moral excellences. Especially, say, the courage to do what's right, even when it's tough, or the wisdom to sort of see things clearly, truth from illusion. That kind of consistent character, it just commands respect, far more effectively than any, external pat on the back ever could.
That's a really powerful framework. Okay, let's delve into some practical applications then.
Yeah.
How can we use these Stoic ideas to actually cultivate respect? Starting with self-awareness, you called it the inner mirror earlier, which sounds like the absolute starting point for any kind of growth. Really.
Yeah, it truly is, yeah. The Stoics had a specific term for this vigilant self-awareness. Prazosh. It means attention. It's basically a continuous active observation of your own thoughts, your judgments, your reactions, like moment to moment. By shining that inner light on your strengths, your weaknesses, you gain this clear, honest understanding of yourself and, how you show up in the world. This isn't just, navel gazing. It's about understanding your prohairesis, your ruling faculty, your power of choice.
Okay, so prazosh. It's about knowing yourself so deeply that your actions become more intentional, less reactive. How does that translate into earning respect from other people?
Well, when you're truly self-aware, when you're practicing prazosh, you communicate more effectively. Simple as that. Because you understand your own biases, your own triggers. You start connecting with others on a much deeper, more authentic level. Because you're operating from clarity, right?
Yeah.
Not just impulse. And that authenticity, that thoughtful engagement, it naturally earns respect. Some practical tools. Journaling is great, especially Stoic journaling, reflecting on your day's virtues and vices. And maybe seeking honest, maybe even tough feedback from trusted friends. Seeing it as a chance to grow, not as criticism.
Yeah, that feedback part is tough, but crucial. Okay? That moves us perfectly into emotional regulation. That composure under pressure. This seems absolutely vital for maintaining respect in pretty much any interaction. But sometimes people mistake that composure for being cold or detached, don't they? How do the Stoics ensure their emotional control doesn't come across that way? Because that could actually lose respect.
That's a really crucial distinction, and it goes right back to the dichotomy of control. Emotional regulation, in the Stoic sense, isn't about being unfeeling, not at all. It's about recognizing that your emotions are often responses to your judgments about events, not the events themselves. The Stoic approach involves using that prosoche, that attention, to create a deliberate pause, a tiny space between something happening and your reaction.
A pause, okay.
Yeah. Instead of just reacting impulsively, you apply reason. You ask yourself, is this actually in my control? Is this judgment helpful? Is it true?
So it's a conscious choice. Respond rather than react.
Precisely. Yeah. And that shift from just impulsive reactions to thoughtful, measured responses, it demonstrates profound emotional maturity. It shows you value others' perspectives, that you're not easily, thrown off balance by external chaos. It shows you possess this unshakable inner calm, and that projects a deep, quiet strength that people just naturally respect because they know they can rely on your reason, not just your mood swings.
Makes sense. Okay, next up. Setting boundaries. This is something so many people struggle with, myself included sometimes, yet it feels so fundamental to self-respect. What exactly are personal boundaries from a Stoic perspective?
Well, from a Stoic view, setting boundaries is really an act of self-preservation and self-respect. It's rooted in the virtues of temperance, moderation, and wisdom. It defines what's acceptable and what's not in your interactions. It protects your inner citadel, as they called it, from external disturbances. It's about protecting your emotional, even physical well-being, understanding that you can't control what others do, but you can control your response and you can control your space.
Right. So it's not about being aggressive or building walls necessarily. It's more about being incredibly clear about your own values and limits. How do you communicate these effectively without, pushing people away?
Yeah, the communication is key. It's about being direct and assertive, yes, but always remaining calm and respectful, which again is a display of your own inner composure, right? Using I statements is really helpful, like, I feel overwhelmed when, or I need to ensure my time is protected for this priority. This approach helps others understand your perspective, your rational choice, without making them feel attacked or blamed. When you clearly assert your needs and values, you're demonstrating self-respect. You're showing the wisdom to protect your mind. And that encourages others to treat you with the same regard. It just creates much healthier, more respectful dynamics all around.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Practicing gratitude. This feels maybe a bit more intuitive for personal well-being. But how does expressing gratitude directly enhance the respect you get from others?
Gratitude, viewed through a Stoic lens, is incredibly powerful because it fundamentally shifts your focus away from what you lack or what you desire, those external indifferents that aren't truly good or bad in themselves, and towards appreciating what you already have, the present moment.
Yeah.
And this isn't just about, feeling warm and fuzzy. It's about cultivating a mindset of contentment, abundance even, which profoundly influences how you interact with the world and with other people. When you genuinely appreciate the present and the people in it, you're just less likely to be irritable or demanding or envious.
I see. So it really does create a kind of positive ripple in your relationships, doesn't it?
Absolutely, it really does. When you regularly express sincere gratitude, you cultivate positive relationships. Why? Because people feel seen. They feel valued, acknowledged for their contributions, however small they might seem. And that recognition, it fosters this cycle of reciprocated respect. It just naturally happens. It also demonstrates humility and a focus on reality rather than, constantly chasing the next thing. Simple things work. A quick note, a heartfelt verbal thank you, thoughtful gestures, they're all powerful ways to tell people you value them.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, how about active listening? The power of really being heard. This goes so far beyond just, hearing the words someone says. It feels like a profound act of respect in itself. What are the key components of truly active, maybe Stoic-inspired listening?
Right. Active listening, from a Stoic standpoint, it aligns perfectly with the virtues of wisdom and justice. Wisdom to understand, justice to give the speaker their due attention. It means fully engaging with the speaker, showing genuine interest in their words, their feelings, their perspective, key components, while maintaining appropriate eye contact, nodding to show you're tracking, maybe providing verbal affirmations like I see or okay or that makes sense. It's really about giving another person your full perception, your full attention. Treating their words as valuable impressions to be carefully assessed, understood, not just immediately judged or reacted to.
And the benefits of that kind of deep engagement, beyond just getting the information right.
Oh, huge benefits.
Yeah.
It helps you grasp the speaker's message much more fully, moving beyond your own assumptions to genuine understanding. And crucially, it fosters immense trust and respect in conversations. Think about it. When people feel truly heard, truly valued, when they feel you've given their thoughts your serious consideration, they are far, far more likely to reciprocate that respect. Tips to improve. Try summarizing what the speaker said just to confirm understanding. Avoid interrupting. That's a common sign of disrespect, isn't it? And maybe ask open-ended questions that invite deeper dialogue, like, could you tell me more about that? Or how did that make you feel?
Good tips. Okay, leading by example. This one really resonates because actions truly do speak louder than words, especially when it comes to respect. How profoundly does demonstrating integrity in our own behavior cultivate respect from others?
It's incredibly powerful, perhaps the most powerful, because it aligns with living by virtue, which is the core of Stoicism. When you consistently demonstrate respect, integrity, composure in your own behavior, you don't just inspire others to maybe do the same. You actually set the standard. You show what's possible. Think of some historical figures, maybe Nelson Mandela. Through his unwavering commitment to justice, his incredible resilience facing huge adversity, he earned universal respect.
Absolutely.
Or maybe Malala Yousafzai, courageously advocating for education despite threats. Their actions, born from this deep internal conviction, they didn't just earn admiration, they commanded a different kind of respect because they lived their principles visibly.
So it's about actually embodying those Stoic virtues you mentioned: courage, justice, wisdom, temperance in our daily lives. Little ways, big ways.
Exactly. Whether it's in interactions at work with colleagues or with friends or family, simple gestures can have a profound impact. Attentive listening, like we just discussed. Owning your mistakes without excuses. Acknowledging others' contributions, even when you disagree with their overall point. By committing to lead by example, by consistently modeling respectful, rational behavior, you not only enhance the respect you receive, but you contribute to a more respectful community around you. You help foster environments where people can actually thrive.
That's a great point about the wider impact. And finally, let's touch on continuous learning, the growth mindset.
Yeah.
Why is this so critical for earning and maintaining respect, particularly when we look at it through a Stoic lens?
Right. From a Stoic perspective, continuous learning is a direct application of the virtue of wisdom. It's fundamental. It's basically believing that your abilities, your intelligence, they aren't fixed. They can always be developed. It means approaching challenges with curiosity, with resilience, rather than just fixed assumptions or fear of failure. This isn't just about piling up facts or skills, though that can be part of it. It's more about cultivating intellectual humility, that willingness to challenge your own impressions, your own beliefs, and an openness to new perspectives. This mindset, it doesn't just enhance your skills, it demonstrates that you're a rational being committed to lifelong improvement. And those are highly respected traits.
So it's about staying curious, staying open, and sort of recognizing that, well, we don't have all the answers. None of us do. What are some practical avenues for this kind of ongoing, maybe Stoic-inspired learning?
Absolutely. It's about seeking out knowledge, not just for practical skills, but for wisdom itself. You could dive into online courses or workshops, sure, especially ones that challenge your perspectives, read books that push your intellectual boundaries. But crucially, engage in deep, respectful discussions with diverse individuals, even maybe especially those you disagree with. See it as an opportunity to sharpen your own understanding, test your own reasoning. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, maybe local community colleges offer valuable opportunities. But so does simply reflecting deeply on your daily experiences and learning from them. What went well, what didn't, why. By committing to this kind of continuous, reasoned learning, you enhance your own capabilities, sure, but you also inspire those around you to pursue their own growth. You model that genuine wisdom is a journey, right? Not some final destination.
Wow. Okay, what an illuminating deep dive today. It really covered a lot of ground. We've journeyed through these core Stoic principles that are actually surprisingly potent for cultivating respect. We talked about the foundational dichotomy of control, the vigilant prosouche of self-awareness, the unshakable composure from emotional regulation, the wisdom of setting boundaries, the positive ripple of gratitude, the virtue found in active listening, the sheer power of leading by example, and that ongoing pursuit of wisdom through continuous learning.
And each one of these principles, when you really understand it through that Stoic lens, plays such a crucial role. They all work together to foster profound respect, both for ourselves, that inner respect, and from others. By consistently trying to apply these ancient ideas, even imperfectly, in your daily life, you cultivate not just stronger relationships, but a deeper, more robust sense of self-respect that really emanates from within. It's not dependent on external factors.
That's a key takeaway. Remember, genuine respect is inherently a two-way street, isn't it? And embodying these values rooted in Stoic philosophy, really can create a powerful positive ripple effect in all your interactions. So as you go about your day, maybe just think, what specific Stoic principle, what particular lens we talked about today, will you choose to focus on first? What's one thing you can do to start building that positive ripple in your own life?